What's up, YouTube? How's it going? I'm back down in my living room, and it's a little bit echoey. I hope that doesn't bother you. And it's crazy windy today, so hopefully you don't hear that either. We're here at the Iron Farm. As you can see behind me, I've done a little bit of pixel art with the Iron Golem heads, and we've showcased all of our, sorting and shulker box loading of the iron. Man, this thing produces a ton. This is just from, I think, a few hours of AFK here. But what I actually want to work on today is a ton of building. Last time we did this farm and another farm. We did the cobble generator and the iron farm. This time, it's all about the building. And let's get straight into our time lapse. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed that time lapse. I've done a little bit of work since the end of that. I've done, some of the roadways, some more greenery, and I actually added an entirely new house. This one I did not plan in advance. I kind of just YOLO'd it. I just went for it. I copied some of the other features that I've used before, like this tower here on the side. But let's take a little walk through the city here. I think things are starting to look awesome. I want to add a little like smelting station at the back there. I might have to get rid of some of the leaves, so it makes sense. But let's just take a little walk through the city. Oh, I love all of the little details you see. A lot of the times when I'm running around in Minecraft, I want to sprint to get there really fast, but here I like to just take my sweet time. Unfortunately, a lot of these are just, Hollywood houses. There's nothing inside of them. But we did do one interior over here, and I think it looks pretty nice. It's a little tight. It's a little cozy. We can go upstairs as well, and because of the limited space, I had to get creative with how I was going to fill in the space, but here we can go over to the balcony and take a look out over the city. Unfortunately, both views, this way and that way, are entirely incomplete. We need to work on that. I've actually got big plans, and we're going to get to that in 2 seconds here. But we're just going to take a little walk through. I love the way the tight streets are here. This is something I had wanted to do with this village, is make it so that, as you're walking through, your view is very limited to what's immediately around you, and to put lots of little details into it to make it feel like you're immersed in this really cool, old-timey medieval village. But anyway, let's walk through this main street one more time. Over here, like any good medieval city, we need a big, big, big cathedral or church or whatever you want to call it. I've designed one up. It's all ready to go. We're going to be putting it right here so that we have this little town square type thing. And let's do another time lapse. Build, 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 build. Well, guys, I really hope you enjoyed that time lapse. That was a ton of fun to make that. Oh my goodness. Am I getting excited about this village? This cathedral is massive. It has a huge footprint relative to the rest of this village, and I was a little worried that the scale was overkill, but looking at it now in place, I think it's just perfect. And it stands out just enough while maintaining sort of some of the architectural elements of the rest of it, with the vines going around and the dark oak wood as the feature, along with the dark oak trim everywhere else. I think it's going to fit in great. As you can see, I've laid out a little bit of the path here, and I've got some white wool over there. I'll tell you what's going on here. My brother came and he was looking at my world. He was like, "Oh, that's kind of cool," and he started just feeding me ideas left, right, and center. He said, "Oh, when you do a cathedral, you should do these cool arches that are over top of a like a ravine," and I was like, "That's a great idea." So these white wool markings are supposed to be sort of the location of a future ravine that's going to eventually pour out into the ocean here. It's not very wide, so it's going to have to be really steep to reach the depth of the ocean, and then it'll slope up here, and we'll have like a river or stream running through it and tons of vegetation. And I think it's going to look amazing. I might even sort of extend the ravine underneath the edges of the cathedral a little bit and just drop the supports down to kind of make it look like it was built into the ravine, not that the ravine was conveniently positioned perfectly between the two sections. Over here, I want to show you guys that bell tower again. I know it was just barely in the end of the time lapse, but I think the use of those large gold blocks, oh, the contrast in there, along with like the arches supporting around it, I think that bell tower is super cool. Like the vast majority of this village, this is all just Hollywood housing and Hollywood buildings. And what I mean by that is that they're completely empty on the inside. But I have good news. I've planned out the entire interior of this. I don't have time to put it in this video, so you guys are going to have to catch that in the next episode. But I think that the interior of this is just going to look amazing. And then hopefully between episodes, I can get a few more of these interiors done. Maybe this one, which I'm hoping to make some kind of shop or maybe a restaurant. I'm not sure. And I want to do this interior of this building, and I'll show you why I so badly want to do that interior as I fly into and smack my face on that. If you stand on this balcony here, what a view. What a fantastic view. And when we have the ravine and when that extends out and continues. Oh, so we need a way to actually get up here. As you can see, I put in a staircase, but that's it. That's as far as I got with that interior so far, and as far as I've gotten with a lot of interiors. But I'm absolutely loving this whole village project here. I am going to be dedicating a lot of time in the next few weeks to just building like crazy here. Oh, and you know what? Maybe we'll do a full terraforming episode because this is a problem. Beautiful cathedral. Let's just cut off and floating island. So we got a lot of work to do there. I'm thinking we're gonna have the ravine come through. We're gonna have like a water wall, or like a, what do you call that? A sea wall, where it's like not the dock, but like a stone wall that runs all the way along there. Then we have piers and docks coming off of it. And this area in here is going to stay water to be sort of our protected or sheltered area where ships can park. And obviously the bigger ships will have to park outside. They can't quite fit in there. But that island right there, it's a little small for what its purpose will be. So I'll probably end up extending it that, let's get the arrow in here, that direction a little bit and back towards this island, and taking up this whole space that's water right now, and this island, because I want to build a castle. I want a castle to go with all of this. There are some things, as I've mentioned in the past episodes, that I've always wanted to build in Minecraft. And you know what? I've built some garbage castles in the past. They were terrible. They were not pretty. So I want to do a gorgeous, beautiful castle, raised up sort of like the rest of this, but unlike this island, which is just going to be cliff faces and fairly clearly attached to the ground, I want it to make it look like the ocean has eroded underneath the land that the castle was built on, and so now there's these caves, or whatever you would call it. I don't know. I don't know my my geology or geography terms, but geology, not geography. Anyway, point is, I want to do an epic castle on top of this island, and like I have done with this island, I'm not going to make the castle fit the island. I'm going to make the castle the way I want, and then re-terraform the island to fit the castle. I think it's going to be awesome. I've got all kinds of crazy plans, all kinds. My brain is just constantly like, oh, what if I did this? Oh, what if I did this? And what about this? And this? And that is my life right now. I'm constantly thinking about what I want to do in here, and I'm loving it. I'm enjoying it so much, and I hope you guys are enjoying watching builds. I love doing these time lapses, so as a result, the amount of building I like to do per episode, I've been stretching from 1 week to 2 weeks. If you guys would prefer that I put out content more often and, then you get more of this rambling and less of the building, I absolutely can do that. But if you guys are enjoying the way the content is right now, where it's just maximum building and development and progress in the world and a little bit less of me going, oh, I did this and oh, I did that, then, you guys let me know. Give me some feedback in the comment section. I would absolutely love that. I love hearing from you guys. Every comment you guys post, I read and I tell my wife, I'm like, oh, look, somebody said something about my video. Oh my goodness, it's so cool. And I get crazy excited about it. So any feedback you guys have, any ideas you have for this village, if you're like, oh, I have a great idea for a village gate, or oh, I have a great idea for where you should put a marketplace, or you should build this sort of blacksmith, or whatever, any idea that you have and you want to share, please let me know. Please, 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 because I love hearing it. I'm not the only one with good ideas. In fact, I probably don't have the best ideas. You guys probably have better ideas than I do. But I love hearing it. I love getting crazy ideas for other things that I can build and add to our wonderful island here and now this fast-growing village. I'm a little worried, and maybe you guys, again, back to the feedback thing, I'm a little worried that I don't quite have enough space around this cathedral for it to look like it's inside the city. I mean, it doesn't have to, have a building surrounding all sides of it, because it's nice having the view of it. Back here, we got quite a bit of room for some more buildings. But I don't want to go too far into that desert. I don't want to stretch all the way into that desert there. But I may, on this side, over here towards this corner, you can see that abandoned, or the shipwreck. I may extend our island towards that, sort of wrapping around the back of where the barn is, and maybe making this edge go from that corner and eventually meet with that over there. I'm not sure. I can always, until I actually do the terraforming, I can always just extend the island more and more and more as it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. But eventually I do need to do some terraforming. But unfortunately, guys, that is all the time I have for these past 2 weeks for all the building and the content. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I love the time lapses. Let me know if you guys enjoy the music as well. But thank you so much for coming along for the ride. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and maybe even subscribe. Until next time, see ya!